You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
This program is intended for mature audiences only. If you have any homicidal or suicidal feelings, please consult a doctor before listening to this program.
Well, do you? Do you? I'm asking. I'm putting it out there. Do you have suicidal feelings? Well, I'm okay. I'm here to talk. No, not I'm okay. That's okay. Yes, I'm here for you. Yes, I am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be to you. It is, of course, 3:04 p.m. here in New York, and of course, we've just been preempted there a couple of minutes long. The NBC special report, Brian Williams announcing that he is a sleeper Al-Qaeda terrorist. That's why we're late today. So there you go. I'm kidding, right? No. Brian Williams didn't say he was a terrorist. No, we're just late. Oh, but that's okay. You know what? We got a good show for you to make up for it. Today on the big show, we're looking at a judge who's actually trumping Obama's decision on immigration. Yeah, figure that one out. President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief, until a judge comes along and goes, "No, you can't do that, son." Ha, 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 ha. And apparently isn't letting him do that, at least as far as Texas goes. And a man is suing police for turning off their dash cam. Yes, so I guess he's alleging he didn't shoot at them after he turned off the dash cam. Yeah. Also, just where is America's loudest and quietest places, you might ask, huh? Well, we got those today. Along with the latest sequel to the Snowzilla Attacks Manhattan film series. Yes, it's a quadrilogy. And we got some Krispy Kreme news today. Yeah, Krispy Kreme goes down on racial hate crimes, huh? Yeah. Well, if that weren't enough, how's your wiener? Well, Oscar Meyers ain't doing so good. And I've got all that and so much more. So come on in and grab a cup, have a seat, and light one up, and join Crash, Jenny, Louie, Kirsty, and George for today's Tuesday Espresso. Ah, yes, see. Go. That's my Elvis, baby. Although it's not very Elvis-sounding music. No. Mm-mm. Well, you are. You are in good company this afternoon. We've got a lot of great folks here with us, joining us in the studio as well as abroad. First of all, the one, the only Jenny McCartney, social media goddess in the booth, pushing those buttons, making us go. And, well, you'd be actually able to hear our commercials today. Yes. And let's see, what else? Oh, yes, as always, joining us live via satellite because he feels himself so important he has to be on satellite and not telephone, is, of course, the one, the only, Mr. Louie Lawless, live from Millbay Studios in beautiful Millbay, British Columbia, Canada. Hello, Louie.
Wait a minute, I got lost. H-T-L-A. Oh, H-T-L-A. Hell is that?
Well, that's not looking too good for your musical career there.
The music is fantastic. Oh, you got to hear it.
Oh, I know. I can hear the music, yeah.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
Well, and why not? That's what I always say. Kirsty yesterday, she had no shortage of of that to throw in there, did she? No. And yes, joining us from her undisclosed location in one of her secret commune compounds somewhere in the greater USA is, of course, the one, the only Kirsty, the Allie. There you go.
A lot of the times we are happy with each other because we're together and we are our own support system. So, but right now, I feel good. I feel great to be here. It does give you a viewpoint of you should freaking feel good to be here.
Well, thank you. I don't know what all that other stuff meant, but it's probably something to do with the insanity of drugs,
I think when you see the insanity in things, once I saw the insanity of drugs and really what it was doing to my life, I stopped.
Yeah, well, as any really sane person would in an insane situation. And, of course, if you don't know that laugh, that's the one, the only George Takei from his beautiful home in Los Angeles, California. George, thank you for being here again.
I think it's a treat to be here talking with you.
Well, thank you. It's always good to be joined by the man who calls me nothing but a douchebag. Yes. So, so lots of stuff on the show today. And, yes. Oh, that's bad. Ooh. Oh, sorry, folks. I'm just looking at This Week in Pictures. We're on the radio. Pictures, yeah. Come on. Well, we got some interesting kind of news to head off the top story today. A man sues after police turn off their dash cam during his arrest. Oh, and of course, it's St. Louis, Missouri. So the man is, well, is he black? I don't know. Let's see, shall we? Let's see. A man has filed a lawsuit against the city's police department after a dash cam video showing his arrest was turned off by an officer. The man arrested, Cortez Buford. Oh, what is that? Really? Cortez Buford. That's like some sort of Mexican white trailer trash or something. What? Well, anyway, Cortez Buford is claiming excessive force. Of course. Yeah, St. Louis police say they pulled over Buford and a passenger on April 10th, 2014, after his car matched a description of a shots-fired call. See, they don't do it for no reason. It's, it's not just fun. Oh, let's pull over that guy. Well, the police say they tried to get him out of the car, but he did not comply. Oh, well, first of all, you're a suspect in a shots-fired call, and then you're not getting out of your car. Yeah, I'd be pulling out my sidearm and pointing it at your little pumpkin. That's what Well, you can hear a man screaming and see a struggle ensue in the police dash cam video. A few officers kick Buford as he continues to fight back. Oh, resisting arrest. All right, move on. Yes, then they use a taser on him. Yes, escalating. Yes, there we go. They are on the ground for nearly 2 minutes when you hear an officer say, "We are red right now," which means the camera is on and the camera shuts off. Hold up, everybody, hold up. We are red light now, so if you guys are worried about the cameras, just wait, the unidentified officer said. Buford's attorney said there was no reason for the police to pull over his client and no reason for the officers to kick him. Yeah, okay, sure. Buford's attorney guy, you go ahead and, you go ahead.
I've said too much.
Yes, you have, truly. I just can't shut you up.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Well, I know, Louie, and absolutely, that's why we have you here every single freaking day. without fail. Absolutely. You watch the foot go back and the foot go forward. Now I think you can go to the police academy for a long time before they say the right move is to kick the guy, said Beavis Shock. I'm not even kidding. That's his name. Beavis Shock. Yes, that would be the attorney. During the struggle, police found a 9mm pistol and live rounds, marijuana as well, on Buford. Okay, so now in the traffic stop for the suspected shooting vehicle, right? Okay, involved in a shooting call. Now they find a 9mm pistol and live rounds and marijuana. Yeah, that's pretty damning, actually. When you when you think about that, you know, your case is getting thin there, Mr. Defense Attorney. A city representative said the officer that turned off the camera violated department policy and has been disciplined. Buford was charged with resisting arrest along with drug and gun possession, but those charges were later dropped. Brian Milliken, attorney for the St. Louis Police Officers Association, represented 4 officers during the internal investigation. The officers followed the use of force continuum, Milliken said. Well, yes, they did. They took the suspect into custody with a minimal force that's necessary that evening, absolutely. Police say it was inconclusive if Buford and the passenger were involved in the original shots fired call. The St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department did not have a comment, but forwarded inquiries to the mayor's office. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Call me crazy, okay? Call me crazy, but this guy's driving a vehicle that's suspect in a shooting at 911 call. They pull the vehicle over. The guy's a dick, won't get out of the car. When they get him out of the car and check things out, he's got a 9mm gun with ammo on him. Then he's carrying illegal drugs. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I follow this chain of events right. He was resisting arrest, and they escalated to the point of tasering him. They didn't just shoot him in the head. Okay, so you know, not... Okay, all right, we're all good so far. And the St. Louis police ultimately took this guy off the streets. Okay? That's called doing their job. Just so we're clear.
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Well, it is, Louie. You're absolutely right. And speaking of jobs, I've forgotten mine. Yes, I have. Today's show, of course, is
powered by Procast.
Right. And also, it's, it's a Tim Hortons kind of thing. Hang on, hold this. That's what us folks around here in Canada call a double big gulp right there. Oh, just load it up. I'm ready to go. You can tase me now. Come on, come get me. Better than cocaine. And that is, of course, better than cocaine. Tim Hortons, New York City, now with 8 fine locations to serve your coffee and baked goods needs. There you go. And PreSonus, yes, the fine folks at PreSonus for the digital studio live series of mixers and broadcast boards. And man, let me tell you, I got to give Jenny some credit here. I really do, because we did a straight talk last night, Kate and I. And, you know, I let the staff go home at night. You know, I don't often keep them here. I should qualify that. Jenny has stayed behind after hours when we've had a special guest in the studio or a special call that we had to bring in. You know, she handles all that technical stuff. I don't have a clue. I'm kind of lost there. So normally, you know, for most parts, you know, she leaves the board set up so that I can just kind of, you know, unmute our mics and go when we do shows in the evening. And, yeah, something, I don't know. I did something wrong. No, and it was me. It's not the mixer, because we, of course, just had that mixer replaced because, well, somebody spilled Starbucks all over it. But we just had the thing replaced, like, you know, earlier in the week. At the beginning of the week, we had a brand new board. So I'm sitting there last night, and, well, I tried to roll the intro theme there, and it's like it was time phased. It was off on another universe or something. I don't know what that was, but it was just a total pooch screw mess. So Kate and I went and did the Straight Talk, of course, and we tried rolling commercials, but that didn't work too well. So, yeah, did not work. Louie, you got a story about Mr. T. Go.
You would have loved the guy. Never drank, never smoked, did drugs, nothing. He had only one obsession, and that was the women.
He just pitied the fool, and yeah.
If you think that you were clever with women, he wouldn't stand a candle with this guy.
No.
Or Muhammad Ali was another one with women. I did 2 films with him.
Yeah.
We would walk into. We were doing a big boxing movie with 200 or 300 people in the stand, and he walked in and had beside him stood his macho honcho, and those were all the Muslims in those days. They had those little thin ties and suits.
Yeah.
And he would point at the females, and he went and got them and gave them a note, and every 20 or 30 minutes they would go into his dressing room. But they were only talking about negotiations, I'm sure, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all about the business, yeah.
It's all about the business, yes.
It's all about the business. Yeah, so long story short, it's good to have Jenny back here in the booth doing all that stuff, because I'm serious. I was just lost, so... But I guess it was good for the listeners because, hey, there was 90 minutes, no commercials, and nothing but the show. It was awesome. Yeah.
Tweet. Now we're on Twitter and we tweet together.
Yes, Kirsty, we do that absolutely.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut, always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's a American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Well, there is, of course, that. Yeah.
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company. Yes!
Of course. Yeah. Well, man, I'm really screwed up right now. Anyway, long story short, everything's fine with the board, of course. Jenny comes in here now, and the show's just beautiful. So, yeah, thanks, Jenny, and great. Everybody's happy, and I can go on with my day now. Yes, so the police doing their job. That was our top story today, yes, because, of course, they were. White House. News from the White House. And what may that be, you may ask? Well, the White House blasts an order halting Obama's executive immigration plan. Yes, an order. And who might you think that order would have come from to supersede the authority of the presidency of the United States of America? Well, I'm going to tell you. The Obama administration is ripping a ruling of a Texas judge. Okay, this is just a dude down in Texas, not even, Supreme Court, just a howdy y'all. just a howdy y'all judge from Texas, who said the president exceeded his legal authority with his immigration orders last year. Really? So this Texas judge is not only determining Supreme Court rule, but he's overruling it. Yeah, that works, right?
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Well, I think if I was a lonely Texas judge, the last thing I'd be doing was trying to overrule the president. I don't think that's a good idea. Well, the Supreme Court and Congress have made clear that the federal government can set priorities in enforcing of our immigration laws, which is exactly what the president did when, of course, late last year he announced common sense policies to help fix our broken immigration system. Yeah. In his ruling, U.S. District Judge Andrew Hannon issued an injunction against Obama. Actions that would defer deportations for as many as 5 million people who are in the country illegally. Addressing a case brought by a coalition of states, Hannon said Obama basically changed immigration law on his own, placing a new financial burden on states. Do you think this little Texas judge is like a conspiracy theorist or something? Do you think he's got his own show out there somewhere in podcast land where he talks about how evil the president is all the time? Just saying. It's got to be something like that. Anywho, we'll continue with this and many other exciting and wonderful stories right after this 2-minute break, which I can now actually go to. Back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions, abundant with rich, fertile soil? What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh. Always great tasting coffee.
White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
The hot new accessory? Brows that wow. New from Maybelline, New York, it's Brow Drama, our first sculpting ball brush with tinted gel. Just sweep, then sculpt for bolder, sculpted brows. New Brow Drama. Get the look at Maybelline.com. Maybe it's Maybelline.
In this fast-paced, digital everything life, there's nothing like experiencing the world's finest journalism in its original form. So sign up today for as little as $3.80 a week to receive the greatest newspaper in the world and all the incredible experiences that come with it.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York.
Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Yeah. Well, that's right. You are with us here at the HTLA Radio 1 New York City. Our Tuesday Espresso, coffee and cigarettes. 3:27 p.m. Eastern right now. 24 degrees in the big city in Central Park. Partly cloudy, not too shabby. I got to say, I'm kind of liking it. Yeah, we got the one, the only Louie Lawless coming to us live, of course, via satellite. All the way from the beautiful Mill Bay Studios in Mill Bay, British Columbia. Louie, say hello.
You know how to spell my last name on the check, right? It's Louie Lawless.
Absolutely. And, of course, the amazing, the stunning, the beautiful, bountiful, incredible, amazing, lovely I don't have the words. Kirsty Alley in the house.
Well, I'm doing Jenny Craig, and I'm the Jenny Craig spokesperson. I did it before. I lost weight. I kept it off for 3 years. Then I started slowly gaining it back. Me, they wanted to help me. You can't really help someone unless they want help. I'm really sticking to the program, and the difference this time for me is that I'm really hard-headed. It's like, I used to be a cocaine addict, right?
No.
Well, addict, whatever you want to call them. but I'm hard-headed, so it took me 4 times to go, I'm not doing this anymore. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. And then the last time I was just like, this is ruining my life. Once I come to that point with anything, that's what I've come to with gaining weight. This is freaking wasting my time, ruining my life. And I'm sort of an analytical person. So it's like, I'm done.
You're done. That's right. You're done. Welcome back. And, of course, the one, the only, George Takei. George, give us the lowdown. Many folks out there don't know you, apparently.
I'm George Takei, and when I'm walking down the street, people shout out, Hey, Sulu. So I'm known more as Sulu than as George Takei, which is what I really am.
Oh, sure. And, of course, George Takei, Mr. Sulu, navigator extraordinaire in the television series Star Trek. And, of course, who can forget the legendary role of Captain Sulu, captain of the USS Excelsior.
I've done Star Trek, the series, and the movie series up to the 6th one.
Right, which is like the only one. There is no others past 6. Let's be fair here. Star Trek 1 sucked balls. Shouldn't never, ever have been put into a film. Everybody attached to that film should be taken out and summarily shot. Just went on and on and on. It's like riding down this tube of smoky water or something for like 6 hours, that movie. It sucked.
You are a douchebag.
I know, but it was legendarily horrible. I don't know how you get it. It was the worst.
It's the worst thing that's ever happened in our lives.
Absolutely. You nailed that, Kirsty. And it was just no. I think Star Trek 1 should be The Wrath of Khan, because that certainly was the yes, that's the way you do a film in the Star Trek world. So Wrath of Khan to me was Star Trek 1, and then of course 3 went back to blowing huge monkeys. Really? What was his name? They cast some dude as a Klingon. He used to be on Night Court. And they cast him as a Klingon, and I'm just like, oh, no, you didn't. That was just terrible. So 3 doesn't count either. 4 was the stupid whales. Are you serious? Now, come on. That's not space. That's whale feel-good global warming stuff. I don't even know what that is, but it just wasn't good. So that doesn't count either. And Star Trek 5, I don't know who. Yeah, I know. It probably was Leonard Nimoy who directed, but it was horrible too. Really? Spock's brother? Really? No. This is science fiction. We don't want family ties. I mean, come on. Oh, that was horrible. But then, Star Trek 6. Wow. Way to come back. Way to make of it. So really, to me, there's only 2 Star Trek films. There's 2 and there's 6, which in my book is 1 and 2, which is kind of like what George Lucas does. But no, he puts out 4 and 3 first. But I'll digress. That was quite the little tirade I went on. And
we were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award.
Right.
And we didn't.
No. That's right. But there is other news, of course, about you and movie theaters lately, you crazy maniac.
I nearly got kicked out of a theater. I can't remember what I saw about 2 weeks ago because I was booing and screaming.
You can't remember what you saw because you were too busy booing and screaming, of course.
It's about fucking time. Move on. Move on.
Well, at least was the music good?
The music is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you got to hear it.
Okay, see, well, there you go. So now we know. Now we know. So getting back to this court judge overruling the president thing from, some little hole somewhere in Texas. In his ruling, U.S. District Judge Andrew Hannon issued an injunction against Obama, actions that would defer deportations for as many as 5 million people. You guys probably all knew about this at the end of the year last year there. Addressing a case brought by a coalition of states, Hannon and Obama, or said Obama, basically changed immigration law on his own, placing a new financial burden on the states. The court finds that the government's failure to secure the border has exacerbated illegal immigration into this country, Hannon wrote. Further, the record supports the finding that this lack of enforcement, combined with the country's high rate of illegal immigration, specifically drains the state's resources. The Obama administration plans to appeal Hannon's ruling, which I find kind of startling because why do they even take this guy's phone calls? Why? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's a hierarchy in our court system, and this guy's pretty low down on the totem pole. And what? Well, the Texas decision is the latest step in a series of legal skirmishes that may wind up finally in the U.S. Supreme Court. One day, if we feed them right and exercise them and give them lots of love. Come on. Well, in his statement, Ernest said the president's immigration policies are consistent with the laws passed by Congress and the decisions of the Supreme Court. Well, there. So you've already got a decision by the Supreme Court. What's the point in spending all that money and one day hoping it might one day get to the Supreme Court that's already ruled for Obama? Am I missing something? I don't get that.
Use power. That's why power is corrupt. And we see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Well, in his statement, Josh Earnest said that the president's immigration policies are, of course, consistent with those laws passed by Congress and the decisions of the Supreme Court, as well as 5 decades of precedent by presidents of both parties who have used their authority to set priorities in enforcing our immigration laws. So apparently nothing new there. Citing an array of attorneys who say Obama is acting within his legal authority, Ernest said that top law enforcement officials, along with state and local leaders, right clear across the country, have emphasized that these policies will also benefit the economy and help keep communities safe. He added the district court's decision wrongly prevents these lawful, common-sense policies from taking effect, and the Department of Justice now has indicated that it will appeal that decision. So I guess maybe I'm missing the grand picture here, guys. Maybe what it is, they're just this tiny small-town frickin' Texas judge somewhere is just using this as a tool to keep Obama's executive orders from going forward. I guess they have to sit there now and wait or something. I don't know. What would you do, Kirsty?
I bribe children. I pay them $10 an hour.
Oh, okay. That would work. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know. I'm really confused by this. I need help. I really do. Somebody help me. Well, I may need more help than I think, as more winter havoc. Yes, another storm paralyzes much of South and East. Yeah. And I suppose, George, you're just sitting pretty in your little house there in L.A. Of course you are. Yes. Well, Arlington, Virginia, the federal government shut its doors. More than 1,000 flights have been canceled, roads are impassable, and schools are closed today as the nation's latest blast of winter gave New England a break, but roared through much of the Midwest, South, and East United States. Yes, more than a foot of snow fell in parts of Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, and West Virginia, as well as Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina. They've been hit by sleet, freezing rain, and, well, it made travel ridiculous. Airlines had grounded more than 100 thingies. Yeah. Oh, man. Grounded more than 1,400 flights by early Tuesday. More than 5,700 flights have been grounded or canceled nationwide since Sunday due to back-to-back winter storms. Near record low temperatures swept through the south, and several locations across the region were encrusted in at least 1/2 inch thick of ice. The National Weather Service said due to the ice, more than 200,000 customers lost power in Arkansas, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Washington, D.C. and its environs were hit with 4 to 8 inches of snow, enough to shut down federal offices in the region. Kentucky, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia were among states that declared a state of emergency, citing rapidly deteriorating, road conditions. The Tennessee Emergency Management Agency called the Tennessee National Guard for assistance in several counties where interstate crashes occurred. Icy road conditions and crashes resulted in a 12-mile backup on I-40 late Monday. In Franklin, Tennessee, a mother and son were hit by a truck and killed after they got out of their car to aid people trapped in an SUV and flipped on an icy roadway, police said. 2 northern Kentucky cities were mourning the deaths of community leaders who died shoveling snow Monday. And seriously, this is not a joke. I was stunned. Yesterday, Straight Talk with Kate and Crash was on global warming. Or global warning, as the show was entitled. Yes, thank you. That was all me. But yeah, global warming, and we were discussing, a wide array of effects and possible counter effects and solutions and all that kind of good stuff on that show last night. So if you get a chance, hit the rewind button and listen to that one. But I was stunned to find, some of Kate's research found, of course, that there's people dropping dead all over the place of shoveling snow, and I was just like, what? What is that? Like, dying of shoveling snow. I don't understand. Maybe it's like the Obama thing. I just don't understand anything. Well, it's Snowzilla just ripping through everywhere. Nowhere's safe. Well, except George's place. That's, of course, safe, yes. Big shocker there. No. Well, hey, do you hear that? Do you hear that? Yeah. That's silence. It's quiet, isn't it? Yeah. Is that a good thing for a radio show? No, so I'm going to turn up the volume and become America's loudest place. No, I'm not. But hey, got kind of an interesting story about America's loudest and quietest places. And why this is, top 3 in the news today, I couldn't tell you. I don't do the lineup for this, so don't look at me. Don't look at it's not me. It's not me. Scientists have put 1.5 million hours of acoustical monitoring into an interesting use. They paired them with data on overhead air traffic and average summer precipitation, and turned a computer program loose on the info. The result is a detailed map of America's loudest and quietest places, Science News reports. That because the map is relaying the average, the noise level is louder than what's shown about half the time. And while it may come as no surprise that cities tend to experience average noise levels of 50 to 60 decibels, some of the most remote places still get incredibly quiet. In some cases, registering lower than 20 decibels quiet, which is, as science puts it, a silence likely as deep as before European colonization. But our national parks certainly haven't gone unscathed. The map was shared yesterday at the annual meeting of the American Association and the Advancement of Science, and the abstract on the report notes that noise alleviates median background sound levels by more than 3 decibels in 62% of the U.S. national parks. The National Park Service plans to use the map to pinpoint precisely where human-made noise might be taking a toll on wildlife. Interesting. For instance, due to bats and owls' significantly more sensitive ears, increased noise levels could make it far more challenging for them to make out the subtle sounds of insects and rodents on which they prey, researchers say. The abstract cities, a less than soothing, or the abstract sites, sorry, a less than soothing finding for the rest of us. The data does show that most people live in environments where night skies and soundscapes are profoundly degraded. Okay. There you go. That's the story. Yeah, that's all I got there.
I think I've talked about potato guns and sex and...
potato guns and sex. Well, you mentioned your New Year's yesterday on the show, Kirsty, your potato gun excursion.
Well, this friend of my son and daughter made a potato gun. Have you ever seen a potato gun?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this. You take this. You take this huge pipe that's about 6 feet tall. And you rig it up. So anyway, you stuff a potato down it. You ignite. You spray hairspray on it. You ignite it, and it's a cannon. And you shoot potatoes like...
Yeah, like there's no tomorrow. That's what we're talking about, right? Yeah. Well, I think whoever you were with there on New Year's to do that was pretty low rent because, the potato guns I use, they're all fed with proper compressed air tanks and they've got a, real trigger and, some of them are semi-automatic, Julinder, and, fire fries at high speed.
Yes!
But hey, what the hell? It's only 2015, and it was a New Year's extraordinaire. I think it's safe to say she's a fun mom. Yeah,
I think I'm a fun mom most of the time, but I think I really expect a work ethic.
Oh yes.
So there's no slackers, and it drives me nuts when somebody sleeps in past 11 o'clock.
No slackers. Don't sleep in past 11. Well, my slacker would be someone sleeping in past 8. Yes. Of course, maybe that's the time difference. Maybe you're on the West Coast somewhere. But we'll never know because you're at some secret... Yeah, never mind. I'm just going to continue on. And speaking of continuing on, we'll go for our second commercial break. And when we come back, what else do we got? Well, we got Krispy Kreme apologizing for racial hate attacks. And a story I know George is going to love. Yes, about the Oscar Mayer weiner. Yes.
Well, I'm a Shakespeare buff.
Oh, we know. Yes. But we'll get to that right after the break. We can talk about wiener. Back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
Glasses. White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
The hot new accessory? Brows that wow. New from Maybelline, New York, it's Brow Drama, our first sculpting ball brush with tinted gel. Just sweep, then sculpt for bolder, sculpted brows. New Brow Drama. Get the look at Maybelline.com.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Good morning. Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop,
where fresh always tastes better.
What can I make you this morning?
How about our new flatbread breakfast paninis? Made fresh, just for you, with your favorite breakfast ingredients on maple or multigrain flatbread, then grilled to hot, melted perfection. Just $2.99. Who couldn't warm up to that?
Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where quality really does meet value.
In this fast-paced, digital everything life, there's nothing like experiencing the world's finest journalism in its original form. So sign up today for as little as $3.80 a week to receive the greatest newspaper in the world and all the incredible experiences that come with it.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York.
Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Oh, yeah. That's right, boys and girls. Welcome back to the show. Coffee and cigarettes for this Tuesday, February 17th, 2015, man. 24 degrees still, Central Park, New York. Partly cloudy. And, yeah, it's just depressing to talk about the weather.
I'm a Shakespeare bro.
Yes, we know George. Yeah. Oh, what can I say? We've had no shortage of interesting stories so far today. Oh, wait. Yes, we have. Hasn't been one yet. There we go.
You are a douchebag.
I know.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's a American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Well, hey, you know what? Who cares? You know, you need $25,000.
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
No.
If I go a half an hour, do I get $50,000?
No. I don't know. You know what I think? I think this show needs more sex. Yeah. Well, I know George has tried to help out. You know, he's got a story about Bobby, his first true love, and what turned him on about his body and all that good stuff. And you know,
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Well, no, it's fine. Who cares? You know, it's. You know, if the Oscar Mayer wiener is your thing and the bun happens to be mine, I don't see a problem. No, but
I like doing interviews when people ask me questions that no one else asks me. If it's the same question that I'm asked, I think I turn into a robot. I'm going to make you a deal. When I am having sex, I am going to call you. I'm going to call in.
Really?
I'm going to have early morning sex. All the sounds that are appropriate. If the guy's bad, I'm going to go, this guy cannot a tree.
Excellent. Excellent, Christy. You do that.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And, yeah, I would like that.
You being Catholic, you realize that you can have birth control. You realize that?
Oh, sure. I've read all the stories, you know.
Mr. T would be proud of you.
Well, I know. Of course he would. Oh, what can you do?
Which woman are you married to or living with now? The same one? The mother of the daughter, or was it a boy?
You don't even know what it is. There you go. You know, and you know, if I'm, you know, a douchebag, what does that make you? You know,
it's about fucking time. Move on.
Well, all right, fine. Go there then. To hell with you. I've had enough. Damn you. You're a douchebag, Louie. There you go. Well, our next story in the beautiful Price is Right here, of course, is. Well, probably the most interesting story of the day, at least to me. I know George is just salivating, waiting to get to the Oscar Mayer wiener story. But, of course, this is Krispy Kreme. Yes, they've had to, well, I guess it's a Tim Hortons competitor, such as they are. They've had to apologize for their... Are you ready for this? Hold on. The KKK... Donut Club. There you go. Yeah, the KKK Donut Club. Krispy Kreme apologized after a store in the United Kingdom advertised a promotion for customers called KKK Wednesday, which was to be held this week. Quote, we do believe this was a completely unintentional oversight on our part at the longtime franchise partners in the UK, according to a statement that was shared with us today by company spokesman Lafayette Watson. The KKK, in this case, was intended to stand for Krispy Kreme Club, is, of course, more infamously associated with the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacist group. You didn't think about, maybe think about that before? Nah, why would they, right? The media is Twitter. There we go, say.
Tweet. Now we're on Twitter and we tweet together.
Yes, and yes. Well, screw that, Christy. Now you're a reporter. You are a credible reporter. Anything you put out on Twitter now, everybody will believe, unless, of course, you're Brian Williams.
I want to have monkeys.
Yeah, well, and there you go.
I don't know. It was my life dream to be an actress and have monkeys.
Well, of course. I mean, mine too, right? Well, and even for George, he wants to be an actress and have monkeys. Well, the store that created this event is located in Hull, England, of course, so they're going to claim ignorance. And we are truly sorry for any inconvenience or offense this misstep may have caused to our fans. They don't have clients, they're fans. I would submit, George, that they are a douchebag. Yes, I would. Yes, we're truly sorry. And noting that the Hull location has offered assurances that it would be taking, quote, greater precautions with their publicity materials in the future. Sweet. So I can start that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. I've got a scheme. I got a plan now. Let's see. I'm going to what's the show going to be? Grand Dragon Crash. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just trying to figure out, some way to capitalize on mistaken racism for,
You are a douchebag.
What can you do, again, when you live in the shoe called HTLA? There you go. Yes, they're sorry for any offense this misstep may have caused. Yes. Watson said in an email that the club was created by the Hull location and designed as a promotion for that store only. The event gained attention after it was posted on the company's United Kingdom Facebook page. Of course, another credible news source there. And online readers pointed out the double meaning of the name. Really, the double meaning of the name. Interesting. The post has since been removed from Facebook, and all promotional materials have been removed from the store, according to Mr. Watson. Yes, crikey. There we go. So we're very sorry we started the KKK with our chocolate-covered donuts, baby. And now to the story that George has been fidgeting in his chair to hear. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Oscar Mayer, yes. The Wienermobile, ladies and gentlemen. This should have been the top story, I know, but the Wienermobile has indeed been damaged in crash. Yes, and not in me. You get it? Damaged in crash, in Wiener, me, gay, George. Yeah. Oh, come on, put it together, geez. Well, anyway, it was a sad day for an iconic Oscar Mayer Wienermobile recently. One of the Wienermobiles crashed into a pole. Yes, in none other than Pennsylvania. The mobile hot dog slid off the road Sunday in Enola, Pennsylvania, according to Todd Bashore, the police chief for East Pennsboro Township Police Department. Bashore said he was not able to confirm details because the accident report was still being finalized. No one was injured, and the Wienermobile tweeted, "We'll be back on the hot dog highway soon." Is that some sort of gay reference, George? A hot dog highway?
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Okay. But is it... does that translate to homosexuals somehow?
Maybe it's that love-hate.
What are you saying? I love my wiener? I'm not even going there.
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Okay, maybe I'm confused. Maybe I am sort of homosexual. I don't know. Maybe. I'll just leave the jury out on that. I'll tell you what. When I actually put it on Twitter, because you know that's a credible news source. When I put it on Twitter, then you'll know. There we go. A reporter for the Harrisburg, PA news station WHP-TV tweeted a picture of the crash and said pretty much every car that drives by is taking a picture. Well, see, now I'm looking at the picture, George. The wiener seems completely undamaged. This looks like more of a bunning. Yeah, it's definitely a bun situation that's destroyed there. The wiener is completely intact, so rest assured.
You are a douchebag.
A douchebag, right. Yes, I am. Yes, so they're taking pictures, and the Wienermobile is got smashed buns. Film, of course, at 11. And you might be like, well, geez, Crash, how do you top a story like that? Well, how about... I've always got something, you know this.
The music is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to hear it.
As soon as I get these headphones off from doing the show, I'll go listen to the music.
I have compounds for them.
Hmm?
I go around when I go around the country, I tour places, even around the world, and I'm going to go look at the lemur compounds to see how the big guys do it.
Okay.
I've said too much.
Yes, I think you have. Well, that's fine because, of course, we want you here to talk. I mean, that's
Okay, good. We're in pretty good company,
right? So you talk, I talk, George laughs, Louie talks about something completely unrelated to anything.
I need to try and raise $25,000 to enter the
Right.
Academy Awards. And I think it's a fantastic risk because we have a tremendous chance. There's about 200 members that vote on it, and you have to give them a DVD now.
I know those damn DVDs. You just can't. You just can't beat it at all.
He has my phone number,
Who?
so he could call me at any time.
George. Okay. Well, yeah, you can do that anytime.
I've said too much.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, our final story today is, something of a survival story. Yes, a survival story. 2 Rhode Island teenagers who were missing overnight after taking off on snowmobiles were found cold, hungry, but alive, Tuesday, authorities said. The stupid 15-year-olds snowmobile got stuck in deep snow in a trail near their destination, said Corporal John McDonald of the Maine Warden Service. Ty Howard Gatto and his friend Jonah May left Mexico at about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Monday, headed for a relative camp in Andover, about 50 miles away. They were expected to arrive around 10 p.m., but never made it. Ty and his friend got stuck on sled and found a security shed, Ty's mother, Tracy Howard, wrote on her Facebook page. Because, once again, Facebook is your news source. Yes. And they started a fire to keep warm and then walked out to get a ride this morning. Temperatures plunged to minus 11 during the early morning, according to the weather in the area. Mexico is a community, about 1,700 residents in the western Maine mountains, almost 65 miles north of Portland. Actually, the boys attempted to find fire-starting materials in a nearby shed, but were unsuccessful, McDonald said. They managed to stay in a small shelter for the night. Tuesday morning, a passerby located the boys and brought them to the camp of Ty's grandfather, Phil Howard. The teens are hungry, but otherwise in good health. And, when it comes to stories like that, you just want them to be in good health. Apparently. That is all the time we've got for this afternoon. Louie, thanks for coming by.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Excellent. Thank you, Kirsty, again for coming here and being part of it.
Thank you.
And the one, the only, you'll always be Captain Sulu to me, George Takei. Thank you for being here.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It has been a fantastic experience.
And don't forget to call in next time you have sex, George. All right. Well, that's about it. So for anybody else, coming up on HTLA tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern is, of course, Crash Talk Tuesday. I'll be on there with my latest rant and scream and freak. Probably something to do with Twitter being a news agency. No doubt. So tune in for that one if you can. If not, well, the Wednesday Grinder is just around the corner. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Once again, check out HTLA, radio1.com. That's the number 1, not O-N-E. And we'd be HTLA Radio in Scotland. And then we are not that. No, we're not. So thank you all again for joining the show. Thank you all for listening to the wonderful show. And we will check you all tomorrow. Have a good one, gang.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.